What's up, everybody? It's That Anime Show. I'm Terri Doty with
J. Michael Tatum.
And our special guest today is the lovely, talented, beautiful,
exquisite,
red-haired Jamie Marchi.
Woo!
Can I just say?
Oh, you can say it again if you really want to. Thanks.
I love when you're in the same building with me.
Likewise.
I do that little,
You
stupid...
love being in the same building with you?
I love being in the same building with me because
It's always a good thing.
it doesn't always happen.
No.
It's not a good time.
It's hard to keep yourself together. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
I know what that's like.
How have you been?
Good.
Good.
I'm good. I'm
All right,
working a lot.
interview's over.
And done. Thanks, guys. This was great.
I drove 2 hours.
I hope you guys enjoyed
2 hours over
everything.
That flew by.
So, I guess we've all been pretty damn busy this past
Yes.
week, and
Yes.
you were in Chicago.
I was in Chicago.
That must
Chicago.
have sucked.
At,
Sorry. I hate that for you.
I'm not sure you're aware, but neither Jamie or myself were there.
We weren't.
So that's
Not one time were you and I in the
thought-
same building.
I
Did you make
thought-
it? Did you survive?
I thought the convention felt a little sad. Like, as much fun as I had, I'm like, it's
and a little less real.
Even with
little
even
less
with
real,
the song.
Yeah. Now, Wendy Powell was there, so that more than made up for the lack.
Wait,
What? I mean,
are you saying that a Terry and a Jamie equal one Wendy?
Because that's not true. The math isn't there.
no.
I mean,
I think what I'm saying
I
is
only
that
passed
maybe
geometry
half of the norm,
'cause of some
half
chick.
of the usual suspects at any convention equals
Fair
half of Wendy.
I'll take it.
Trust
She's
me.
Kaiser Sose.
Wait, why
She
are we
is
doing
kind
math?
No. But no, Chicago was really fun. It's Anime Central. It's my first time, and actually my first time in Chicago. It's been a lot of
Really?
first times.
Did
Yeah,
you love
I've been
it?
through. I've been over it. I've been to O'Hare Airport like dozens of times,
That
but
sucks.
never actually. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's-
whoever goes,
O'Hare
oh,
was-
I've been to this airport.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah. O'Hare
That was
was,
an
the
amazing
only experience of
I will
Chicago.
only ever go there again, ever. Wait, I don't know how to finish it. Go ahead.
They have a duty free there. I don't know
You
why.
can't. They won't let you buy duty free stuff unless you're going out of country
You guys have said
now.
duty twice. I just want to
Duty.
point that out.
Oh well, we almost missed that. Thanks for catching
welcome.
me.
Well, this made
That's
me
what I'm
think
here
of
for.
I obviously wasn't there, but I had to immediately listen to the written commentary when I got
haven't
it. You're
heard
like,
it yet, and
like
people
Jamie
keep talking
Marchi,
about it.
fuck.
Oh yeah, because I was told not to say.
No, I was told you could say it as long as we cussed in moderation.
Right, with like there
you're
really
like-
need to be a point behind it.
Yeah, and Jimmy was like, "I can say it. There's the point." Fuck.
I remember.
Hello
that.
and goodbye.
Hello and goodbye. That is the commentary. No, the con was really fun. I got to meet the girl named Koran, who's like the head of the sort of president, if you like, of my fan club. She started up. She was there.
Not only am I the president, I'm a member.
And she is really cool. We have spoken on the phone. I have emailed her many times, but we've never actually met until this past weekend. And she was very, very, very cool, very fun. There was like 14 of the shadow followers, as they're called, which is a great name. I love the shadow followers.
Shadow followers.
Well,
It's because you're very tall and we can all stand in your shadow.
You're overthinking it. It's
I
because
want to be in your shadow. Fuck
I
your
know.
shadow.
Now that I think about that, I am not joining that group.
Not a
You
shadow
don't like my
followers
shadow?
club.org.
Next to shadow followers.
I do love the shadow. Now I love the shadow followers because they're all awesome, and I love
Yes.
watching you open gifts from them because it's so
that's
hilarious
so-
and a
that
little
was so
deafening.
fun.
But
Yeah, because
we need to make a not a shadow
I think that
followers club.
what shadow followers should do is bring gifts for Terry and myself. Yeah, wrap them and give them to Tatum like they're for him, but with the understanding
No,
that
like
it gives them
wrap,
to us.
like he has to unwrap them, and then that's wrapped in another wrapping, and you're like, this isn't really for you. Please hand this to the person to your left. Or something
Yes.
like that.
You
Love
realize
it.
this is totally going to happen now. Because
I'm
it's
okay with that.
out
Mhm.
there.
Just send all your gifts to Funimation.
And if they don't do it, Brina will.
Did you see how
I
Brina
saw
got
it.
me? Okay,
She's amazing.
that was
In no way are you two even.
Yeah.
No way. Like, I like your little thing. It was cute. She freaking sang a song she rewrote in a group of people perfectly for you.
And it sounded
That's
good on
true.
a tape recording, which is really difficult to
Right.
do.
That was amazing.
But okay,
It was
explain
pretty
what
amazing.
you did.
Right, in return, because that's not on video.
Well, it's not in return of that. It's in retaliation for them breaking into your house. So even then, you're still not
so we're
even.
still not
Right,
even.
still
And I
not
still have to
even.
get Gino at some point too, because he
Yeah.
was part of that.
Massey kept calling Gino Gina yesterday because he's like, oh, I only saw the back of his head, so I thought it totally was a chick.
Yeah, because Gino totally looks like a chick from behind.
I don't know. It's Brian. He had been in the
It's
sun all
Brian.
day.
Yeah. He was hot and sweaty. Anyway, so what?
So what did you do to get?
I'd gotten with my shadow followers and the gentleman from the unofficial One Piece podcast, who I knew were going to be there, and we actually hung out and had fun. I had concocted this story. Thank you. I concocted this
shut my
story
water lid.
that Brina rescued a 3-toed sloth from a sleazy Honduran zoo like a couple years ago, named it Beck, and that it had died in some freak accident just, a day or two before the con, but she came anyway. So I had my shadow followers
passed away tragically.
It was. And so they, my shadow followers made a ton of flyers with this info on it, like saying, please offer your condolences, and hung them up all over the dealer's room, the artist alley,
That's
and everywhere in the hotel. And they'd also made, and with a link on it to a YouTube video that they had made, which was it was Simon and Garfunkel's
awesome.
Bright Eyes or something with pictures of a 3-toed sloth and like saying, and then tragedy struck. And it was hilariously done. And she didn't see any of it because it didn't get back to her until her last autograph signing session.
Well, and the con kept taking the posters down, right?
They did, and so the shadow followers kept putting them back up, and it was really funny. It was like this constant,
They were very
so
vigilant.
Props to them, man. They stuck with it, and finally, like the last day, like enough people had heard of it that she got quite a few people in her autograph line going, "Oh my God, we're so sorry about your sloth," and she's like, "What?" And I was like, "Okay, well, so that was funny." And then, of course, this was something I came up with before I knew she was going to get me the way she got me. Nailed me. And let me just say,
Tatum cross.
let me just say, what you didn't see on tape was a dude in a clown mask behind
That's
the scenes
what I heard.
coming up to me afterwards because he thought it was hilarious. Brina insisted she had nothing to do with that, but the guy, of course, heard this and he comes up to me and I'm sitting there just grinding my teeth going, "Oh, glad you found it funny."
No, that's why. Okay, Brina said that she was thinking about it, and I went, for the safety of the people in the masks, do not do it. And she went, "Ooh, you're right." Like that.
I was very good. I even shook the guy's hand, but then I had to then I went away. I was
then you had to punch him.
Then I had to punch him in the gut.
I was thinking about you yesterday when I was watching a Doctor Who.
Which one?
The one where they have the clown mask. They go back to the 17th century because of haven't you seen it where they want the girl's head?
Which
Oh, they're
Yeah,
not
they
really
get-
clown masks. It's the
They're
Madame
like-
de Pompadour.
Yeah.
yeah, with the little clockwork.
Those
Yes.
are very clown-like, actually.
They're very kind of Harlequin
They
looking.
were terrifying.
They are.
I would be afraid of it, so I figured
Well,
if
then
I
they-
was, then Tatum surely would.
Yeah.
From the clown perspective.
Well, maybe Tatum, I mean, because David Tennant's a nice little, where you're like, oh, it's a David Tennant.
Yeah,
That kind of
There was
offsets it.
I think what it is it combined both of our fears. Was I hate dolls. Marionettes, just dolls with glass faces, terrify me. So it was like
So you're like an anti, like Tia
combined.
in that way, because Tia Ballard loves dolls and
Loves
puppets.
them.
And when she ends up chopped into 50 little bits, you know who did it.
No, when she becomes a doll, it's
Or
like the
Madame
end
Alexander
of dolls,
dolls.
where like she is a doll, and then you end up killing
That's
Tia.
worse.
Tia, to me, is a living doll, like
Yeah.
not like a real
Yeah.
doll, because.
Great. Now I'm terrified.
But yeah,
Sorry, Sarah. We could have
We're
had
going-
something, but
we're
now
going
I'm
somewhere
afraid
here.
of you.
I don't like where we're going. What?
No, I love. I saw Brina on Monday because it was like I was really busy, but the second I saw her, like she was talking, she didn't know I was behind her, and so I just started putting my 2 cents in about your little prank. She's like, it was good, but it would have been so much better if I had been bugged about it throughout the weekend.
Yeah.
She goes, but I love Gino's response, which was, "Psh, yeah, because you can just take animals out of Honduras, dumbass." I'm like,
sorry, I wasn't
that's the only
accurate. I'm very sorry.
I'm like,
so
well, he's
funny.
got to. But that's like immediately he was like, "Pfft, bullshit.
Would never happen.
Never.
Well, and Gino keeps he's like, when are you going to do something to me? Like, he's begging for me to, like, prank him. I'm like, it's not fun if you want me to do it. Like, it has to be inconvenient for you, or it's not really a prank.
What you have to do, really your responsibility at this point, is to do a prank that is so horrific that he will never want to be pranked again.
And that's tough, though, because
that'd be good.
I don't know if I have the resources.
How much money are you willing to spend?
I'm willing to spend a chunk.
See what obviously I just thought about this and I don't know why, but how about you get a bunch of like 50s style like musical type gangsters and have them leaning like on his bike one day and then he has to dance them off in order to get to his bike.
Right, he's got to serve them.
Yeah,
as they say in the hip hop.
Oh, that's not a bad idea. Actually, I'm going to go to some. Where do I find these dancers?
Well, it's Dallas, so I mean, there are a lot of like, you know.
The other thing that you could do,
hold auditions. I'll help you.
The other thing that you could do, which would just be fun, is move his bike around.
Mm-hmm. That's what he tells me to do. He's like, you should just steal my bike. I'm like, okay, you can't tell me how to prank you. Exactly.
And plus, so when his bike just flat out gets stolen, he's like, all right, where is it?
Where is it?
Yeah, I'm almost like, I almost want to like pay someone to actually steal the damn thing and chop it up. So he's like, I'm like, I had nothing to do with it. I almost really like.
Or you could steal it and then be like, I had nothing to do with it. And like 10 years later, you can be, you know what? Totally stole your bike. I forgot about it.
Yeah.
That's a Palencia trait. Yeah. Forgetting about the prank.
Yeah.
Yes. Pointedly forgetting about the prank.
Yeah.
But, you know, Brina's prank was awesome, and I still feel inadequate. I still feel far inferior.
Yeah. What might I
need to do
recommend?
something. I'm just not good at pranking people. I'm really not.
I think that we should have a brainstorming.
We should have
an evening of brainstorming and ghost hunting is really what it should be.
Ghost hunting, brainstorming.
But I am going to recommend something that would not be, you couldn't actually tell about.
So this is something you'll tell me off the air.
No, something that once it happens, you won't be able to tell anybody. That's how bad it is.
Oh, I like this.
Yeah, you got to get for.
That's
you got to get for real.
Jamie, we can't do that twice. Think.
God. Right.
Head out of your ass.
But I could just find a way to prank the two of them together. That would be awesome because that's kind of how they got me.
I think jail is always a good little prank.
Why don't you get them really drunk and then send them on their way and then call the cops? Those two are totally drunk driving. They get their license taken away. Their insurance would be gone.
Remind me never to piss you off.
But it's for comedy. They'll get it.
It's for comedy. They'll totally get it. They'll only, it's a DUI.
I wonder how many times we've known each other that you've said, remind me to never piss you off.
A lot of times. And every time I mean
Pretty much said that to any of your female friends, like any of the ones that like we're affiliated with, like, you know, me, Jamie, Brina, which you have pissed off by not being prankish enough, I guess. Clarine. Who else? Colleen. Monica. Pretty much anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the guys, they could piss you off.
The guys, I'm not afraid of guys. I can take any of the guys up there, except maybe Massey. Massey could probably hand me my ass. But Massey doesn't seem the type to get angry very often.
No.
Plus, let's face it, if Massey like wrestled me to the ground, I wouldn't have a problem with that. But what? Anyway.
What?
No one interrupted you there. You were referencing.
Sorry, I was being interrupted by my conscience.
Stimulated by Brian Massey.
Stimulated by Brian Massey. You make it sound so dirty.
I know. It's awesome.
Well, I mean, I think that's what the point was. It's dirty.
It's fucking talent right there.
Like, there's going to be mud involved.
Yeah.
But.
Okay, so what were you saying? Oh my gosh.
I Yeah. But yeah, so I've got to find a way to. We'll brainstorm. We'll have a ghost hunt prank brainstorm evening.
Storm braining.
Storm ghost brain.
Ooh, I like it.
There's an emo band waiting to happy.
And I like themes.
You do like themes.
I will put together a theme.
I'll make hummus.
Well, my birthday's coming up soon. We won't be able to do I can't do anything.
Your birthday is in 3 days.
Gemini.
Yes. I'm not going to do anything for my birthday until for a month because I'm too busy to do anything.
Well, that's what we did last year.
So it's going to be like last year.
We did it like the day after I got married too, which is so funny. You're like, that's fine, right? I'm like, I don't care, dude. But what I care about is that your birthday was last month, and we're having a party for it now.
I know it was.
But Leah made cupcakes, so I was fine.
I kept having to push it back because I was like, I can't do it this weekend. I can't do it this week. I can't do it this weekend because somebody I really wanted there was either out of town or couldn't come. So I was like, damn it.
Well, and even then, like a lot of people did.
Yeah, even then. So I was like, fine, like I have to do it now, or I might as well just wait till next year.
That place was awesome, by the way.
We
went to a real gay restaurant.
All the time. That's like
yummers.
that is my favorite restaurant in the world right now.
They have good drinks.
They took us in Chicago. They took us to a tapas bar, not a topless bar, because that's what I thought they said at first. And I was like, why are you going to take us to a topless bar?
I want to go to a topless tapas bar because that's funny.
That just seems unsanitary to me.
Well played.
But they took. It was after Wendy and Todd and had already flown back, but we were going to be there until like the next night. So it was me and Wendy and Joshua, and our liaison, a wonderful girl named Cassie, who
she sounded awesome. By the way.
Yeah, she's really awesome.
Cassie, if you're listening, he just wouldn't shut up about you.
Yeah, I was totally all about Cassie. She was like my lifeline. And Elvis, my other liaison's name was Elvis, and he was really cool.
There need to be more like cool, funky hipster kids named Elvis.
But he was like he was like wearing a suit and everything, and I'd be like, "Oh, yes, sir," and "No, sir." I'm like, "Please stop calling me sir." Like it was.
If anyone should be calling anyone sir, Elvis should be called sir.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Because Elvis, I'm like, dude, you've got a regal name. But she took us to a tapas bar, and I had never been to a tapas bar before, and it was awesome.
That's just where you have tapas, right?
So it's where you have like appetizer sized stuff, but you keep getting it, so you can like fill up. You can sample just about everything on their menu if you pace yourself. And it was good. Yourself. And surprisingly, despite the fact that Wendy Powell...
Where you go to feel like a giant.
bring lots of water.
I would love that place.
Bring lots of water. But no, despite the fact that it was me and Wendy at a table, we were not the loudest table in that restaurant. There was a table just to our right that were just obnoxiously drunk and loud. It was like they're all like 40-somethings, and they're all like blah, 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 blah. And they'd all laugh, and all of us would be like just kind of, and like even Wendy would look at me and like, this is Wendy Powell, okay, would look at me like, what the fuck is wrong with these people?
It happens. They had not been out in a while, and when they get out, they get out. Someone's babysitting.
Clearly.
Oh yeah, it's probably someone with like a new baby. It's first time out without the baby.
I bet you're right.
Yeah.
That's. I bet you're right.
Or the kids just moved out.
My friends that have kids, they're like, it's been a week. What are we doing? Mm-hmm. That's my kind of mama. Like, that's right. I'm gonna do it.
Oh,
babies! They'll kill the conversation every time.
They do. Children.
So, Miss Lady person.
Let's talk about you.
We've gotten a lot of awesome like build up to you because the second we announced you, they're like, yes, finally. I'm like, we've only been on the air, quote unquote, for like 4 months. What do you mean finally? They're like,
well, the 14th.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I like it. Saturday the 14th. Did you guys ever see that movie?
No.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I remember that movie vaguely.
It's much less scary than Friday the 13th.
Saturday.
Or scarier than Friday the 13th because a lot of things are scarier than Friday the 13th.
I am terrified of horror movies.
Well, that would explain
how did we date?
Friday the 13th.
I know. How are we together? I don't know.
That's been a long running theme with the show too. Is I'm just like, I don't spread rumors or anything. Jamie Marchi and I are dating. So like
together.
And I don't care.
I feel very out of place.
Hey, you're the one that got us together.
That's right.
So what you get for casting us as lovers?
That's right. You're still going to be my baby daddy. It's okay.
Yeah, we're great lovers. I have to admit.
You didn't listen to any of that recording. What are you talking about?
No, I did not. But I was told by Joe that it sounded wonderful.
And he just kept bringing it up.
And Joe was like, he took copies home and would listen to them late at night when he was alone.
No, but I think, because I recorded Jamie first. I recorded Jamie's first scene with moi before I was recorded, I believe.
Someone else recorded it because I left a little present for you.
Well, and then the second one.
Oh, right.
No, after 20 years, like where.
Oh, yeah.
Like even
together again,
yeah. Yeah, you left me that bomb, which was my first bomb ever. I've been bombed since then, but yes.
I was your first. I popped your cherry bomb.
Ever.
Your cherry bomb. Yes, cherry bomb.
Cherry bomb.
Yes, didn't hear that. at all in high school. No. Oh, like they're like Terry, Cherry, Scary.
What was your nickname in high school?
Bitch.
Really? That's sweet.
I just thought that'd be funny. No, it was they called me Doty or
Doty.
La TD because I did the announcements. So I was the Terri Doty.
Oh, very nice.
What, we got questions
We have
already?
Questions. We
Look
got
how
questions
popular.
already.
We usually
Look at
do
this.
I
these
was
like last
Biscuit
half.
Booty.
You were who?
Biscuit Booty?
Biscuit Booty.
I would have called you Jamie.
I had a lot of Jamie, Marky Mark.
Marchi. Everyone always calls you
Marchi.
Jamie Marchi.
It is not Marchi. It is Marquis.
Marquis. Like
It's Italian.
Marquis de Sade or
Jamie Marchi. Jamie motherfucking Marchi.
Jim of the Marchi.
That's my nickname now. But yeah, Biscuit Booty.
Biscuit
And
Booty.
it had a
Booty.
song. This is how the song went. Biscuit booty, 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 biscuit booty. That was it.
That's gonna be in my head. That sounds like it just needs like just that kind of like get booty on the floor now.
Biscuit booty, biscuit booty.
Make my day. Make my biscuit booty.
Biscuit booty. Okay.
We're totally not lining
Did you
up
have a
here, guys.
nickname?
I have a lot of nicknames.
In high school, did you have a
In
nickname?
high school, my nickname was
J
the Surgeon.
Buckles.
No, that was only at Funimation. J Buckles.
Someone posted like a bunch of your nick. Cheryl, one of our fans, if not our only fan from Canada.
Canada.
She drew a picture of you and I, and mine says I'm dating Aaron Dismuke, which I find hilarious.
That's awesome.
But she wrote like all your nicknames like on your shirt.
What are all my
nice.
nicknames?
She called you like J Buckles,
J Buckles.
something else.
All my nicknames, both of them. I was
Other
called-
things I just think I've zoned out.
I was always called, like, my parents called me Mickle the Pickle when I was a kid. Because I loved eating, it's stupid, right? Mickle the Pickle. They
That's
did.
what I'm calling you from now on.
No, you won't either.
Or
Not if you
Nick
want to be
Pick.
friends.
I'll just start calling you Pickles.
McPick.
Pickles.
McPick.
Well,
Like
my
a rapper.
roommate's name
Mickle
was
the Pickle.
is
I love
John
it.
Pickle, so I always called him Pickle or Gherkin, which is yeah.
There was Tater
tiny
Tot.
sweet
Tater
pickle.
Tot was the big thing. Like, there was always some potato.
Oh,
Reference.
another one was baked potato.
I've-
Baked potato. Yeah, okay.
it's
Baked
baked
potato. Potato chips.
that was a Kent
tater
Williams
tot,
creation, yeah.
That's
Tater
the best
salad.
carb in the world.
But I would agree.
You're the best carb in the world.
Am I the best carb in the
You
world?
are.
Please stop rubbing your chest when you ask that.
It's his heart. It's his
It's
heart.
my heart.
Heart's over here.
Well,
Well, like for me, that's boob.
Quit
Well,
quit grabbing your
the
chest.
quickest way to a man's heart.
I'll
is
grab
through
yours.
his nipples.
Fair enough.
What?
And what?
What?
Huh?
I said the quickest way to a man's heart is through his nipples. I mean,
No, it's through his back. Duh.
well, if you wanted to go there, I was speaking metaphorically.
Sorry, I was watching Hellraiser earlier. It's fine.
I was not watching that.
No, again, how these two opposites, which is crazy.
Opposites attract. That's what they
Oh,
say.
That's what Paula and a
Paula
cat
Abdul
said.
song.
That was another really weird
I'm
thing
just
about.
like a cat.
I was recording Brian Massey on a shoe, obviously. No, just recording him to record him. And
Have him come in.
I sing a lot whenever I'm waiting for like Joe to play
Yes.
something. And I think I was doing a Salt and Pepper because Kaysen and I were doing something weird where he's like, I'm down have your baby. And I'm like, where's that from? And then like I was trying to go to sleep. I was trying to go to sleep and I'm like, shoot. It's like, oh, you're so crazy. So I had a session with Kaysen earlier that day and I'm like, boy, you so crazy. I think I'll have your baby. And so hearing Kaysen say it's much funnier.
Yeah.
But then I started
Kaysen-
singing
Kaysen's afflicted with a disease where he cannot not finish a song.
Juice. Yeah, no, he's like, oh my God, thank you. The second I told him it was Shoop, and Justin Houston's just like, just recording here.
Right. Yeah, I like
don't.
to, while we're in session, sing the first part of a song.
And just
and then
gotta.
let it hang. And
He does that
has
to me.
finish it. He can't not.
So you
finish
passed it on, because now he
That's
does
really
that to
funny.
me.
Monica Rial does this too, where like when she was directing, she would sing in between takes, but it was always like, and she wouldn't know what she was saying. She wasn't like singing, she was just humming or something, or just jibber jabbing. But it would always be like, it would always be some brand like theme. So she'd be like da da da.
It'd be a jingle,
or da da da, or da da da. And I'm like, okay, we've just gone through like McDonald's, Menon, and Nabisco.
She likes commercials.
It's really funny. But
See, I didn't even know. I'm like, okay, I'm lost.
I know.
But no, what I was saying is Massey. You know, Massey's got his hey guys, how's it going? I'm Brian Massey.
Hey guys.
And he just goes opposites attract, and I'm like, what? And then he went. Oh God, it's that one. I think it was Straight Up Now Tell Me.
Yeah.
Like, Straight Up Now Tell Me, and then it's like, it's gonna be you and me forever. And he goes, oh.
Why couldn't I
And
remember that?
Joe like cut us off. He's like, watching. Just we're done. We're done now. Like,
All right,
Space
we
bar.
have some questions for the lovely.
Questions
That was
from
quick.
moi.
We have questions for the lovely.
I guess they
Miss
want
Marchi.
to hear you more.
Yes,
Oh,
let's
goodness.
ask. Now, this is a name I don't recognize. This is Kaiza? Kaiza?
Spell it.
Kaiza. So I'm probably butchering the pronunciation, but it's a very
K-A-I.
Sounds a little new. I was in
Yeah.
the chat room while you were in Chicago, so
Chicago.
talking about our new
So we
show.
have. This is first time for me reading a question from this person.
What up?
But this person asks, and I'm just gonna say this person because I can't pronounce the name. Jamie.
K. Rocking it.
You voiced some unique characters, Mimi, Miss Polly, etc. Yeah. But which character would you consider to be the most like you, and which of your characters would you want most to be like if you had the chance?
If you say Mimi, there's something wrong.
I figure it's gonna be popular soon.
Heavens. What character is most like me? Gosh. Well, I can tell you the character that's most like my voice is Masane. Because she's the one that, like, I'm like, that there is nothing. It's just me. That's just me talking.
That's me talking.
And, like, I relate to Masane a lot, personally, in, like, being a mothering person. And then she's kind of extreme with her emotions. They're either up or they're down. There's very little in between. I relate to that a little bit. But I'm trying to, gosh, I know there's going to be someone that, like, I think last, and then I'll be like, oh no, it's this one.
I know, that's why I hate questions like this, because I'm like,
should
I want
have-
to be.
I should have
all
looked
of
at
my
everything I've
characters-
done.
Not that we don't we don't like this question. If we didn't like it, we wouldn't have asked.
Oh, we love the question. It's a hard one to answer. If
Yeah,
you've done
it's
as
very
much
hard.
At least we're like,
you've
God,
done,
whoever
for
asked
example.
this should just.
There was a one woman
I like
A
you,
that I
Kaisa.
just really connected with. That let's see, the most like me. There is a new one coming out I will say. I hope I can say this. It is the most like me because I wrote it with myself in mind.
Okay, I know what you're talking about.
So that one's a lot like me.
Another show that
Another
must not
show.
yet
I
be
still had to
named.
Well,
audition
no,
for
actually,
it.
we can talk about the show that
Yes,
must not
we
be
can.
named.
Oh my God. Okay, we'll get to that, but we can't talk about that show.
No,
but we can
can't
talk about the other show.
Well, and also,
Okay.
even if you mess up, we'll just delete it or
Delete
like
it.
edit it and piss off people. Like, what did she say?
We have
Right.
the
What did
technology.
We can just beep it out.
We just start randomly beeping stuff out for the hell of it to make
The
it
name
sound
is
like we
Title.
know more than we do.
The name is Title.
The name is Title here.
You guys are just expletive deleted.
Expletive deleted.
So that one is, as far as a character being most like me in return, because I think those are two different things. Me being the most like a character I've done, and a character I've done being most. I think those are two different things.
Yeah.
That just blew my mind. I can't think anymore. I'm falling apart. Let's see. Character most. Who would you say is most like me that I've done? You guys.
Most like.
I don't know. You're such a talented actress that it's hard. It's like you're like a lot of your characters because you're so alive in the booth when you're playing them. So it's never like the reason I say that is because the many different roles I've seen you do or heard you play, you never seem like you're acting. Even though clearly you are,
Gosh,
but
this is the
you just
best
make it
saying
sound
ever.
very well. You sound so natural that I'm like, to me, I think you sound. It's hard for me to separate you from any of your characters, as different as they are.
I will
To
actually
each
agree
other,
with that.
because you're just one of those actresses. Now, I will say the
You will.
funniest.
Oh, I thought you said I don't. I was like, oh, controversy.
Well, actually, I find that the characters are more realistic. No, okay.
I find your response to be shallow and pedantic.
Yes, I agreed. Shallow and pedantic. Yes.
Quite. But I will say it was when you came into audition for Mimi on Ren was hilarious because that was like
I had no idea who was going to play her, but the second you told me, you were like, it's Jamie. I'm like,
I didn't know either. I'm like, I knew there were a lot of people, but just you didn't come to mind immediately when thinking about.
She's out of my range, in my normal range.
But then I was like, when you came in, I was like, read for Mimi. I want to hear what that sounds like because that might be really cool. So in a moment of just sheer flukery, I decided to let you audition, and you freaking nailed it. And it was like, well, the first time through, you were like, oh, cool, this is cool. And I was like, you know what it needs? It just lacks one thing. She needs to be a little drunker. I'm like, because she's never like falling down drunk. True story. Everyone out there in podcast land.
I relate to alcohol analogies.
She was like, I was like, no, she needs to sound, let's go one more pass and make her sound a little, she's never falling down drunk, but she's pretty much always drinking. And Jamie's like, oh, I got this. Like the hand came up and like, oh, I got this.
If I'm immortal and I know that I'm not going to die of alcohol poisoning, hello, and I'm going to build up quite a tolerance.
Which
she obviously
water
did.
in Russian.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was funny because like the minute you read that, I was like, that's who Mimi's going to be. And that was like the first day of audition, so I felt bad for everyone else. But I was like,
the first thing I ever directed you in was Big Wind Up as Rin Mihashi's mom.
That's right.
So many Rins in the world. But
common name.
Yeah, no. So you were just very like, hi, pumpkin.
I know.
You're like, let me listen to Sean, and then you're like, I'm just going to be female Sean Teague. There you go, and that's what it was.
Yeah. Well, I have a tendency to sing what I'm saying.
You
anyway,
did that.
So I do that a lot with Aki and Frog. She sings. She'll be like, "What's going on in here?" and stuff like that. Because I actually do that. So I do bring a lot of myself to whatever character I'm doing. I just feel like it, it makes it more realistic for me. But I would say one of the characters I loved in a weird way, not that she was necessarily like me. I think it's hard to find them like you because we're so like just so many dimensions in who I am and who you guys are, and that's not always possible in anime, and there's a lot of times there's a stereotype, and yes, I am as a person a sassy redhead, so it would make sense to put me as a sassy redhead or a sassy girl or the spunky one or the funny one or whatever. So I'm used to, like that. I get that, but being able to cast myself as Chloe in Spice and Wolf was awesome because she was so freaking layered. Like I loved her.
Well, and that was not only your performance, but the show itself and your writing on that show too was amazing. I cannot wait for
I'm about to watch it.
It's a good show.
I got
it's
a copy
really
of it. I'm
good
very
show.
excited.
It's the sort of show that if anyone describes it to you, you would not be the least bit interested.
We never, and so for all of you guys out there who love the show, thank you. We never in a million years, like at least Michael and Brina and I, did not expect people to really connect with it, but we loved the show so much, and we really fell in love with our characters, and I fell in love with it when I was writing it, and I think that you can tell that in the show. It's just,
I think so.
Yeah. And I love to tell the story of our experience that one night when we had this very rare organic acting experience where it was a scene between Chloe and Lawrence. And in this series, they have something of a past. There's sort of an unrequited relationship. But they're both speaking in this scene. They're both speaking in pretty much business terms about how they feel. But they're kind of couching it because they can't be frank with each other because they're too scared as people are.
For those who don't know, pretty much my character had been waiting till she was old enough to kind of get with him, but in a romantic sense, and
but she keeps using the metaphor of opening up her own shop and having him help her as being like, this, you need to come to me and we should get
let's
married
work
or whatever.
Together. So, it was a work together thing, and so she was like, I'm old enough now to own my own shop, and he keeps telling her, you need more
experience,
you need
more
experience.
this, I'm not ready to leave the road kind of thing. And it's all couched in like, well, I can't do this for business reasons, and it's a beautiful scene, but
and then she realizes he will never see her grown up.
And it's really, and it's a very touching scene, and especially for that character, because you kind of get, when she goes other places, and you're like, oh, okay, I can see where that's coming from now. But we were there one night, and Jamie, of course, was directing me. This is the first, I think, second or third episode, I guess.
First contact.
And there was a scene where it was between Lawrence and my character and Chloe, and Chloe wasn't recorded yet. and in the middle of just me sort of recording in this vacuum, because that show is very,
we were recording
very,
several lines in a row.
Lines in a row.
I liked to do that in that particular show.
Yeah,
Sometimes it doesn't work for timing, but if you could just let it go, you could really fall into the scene.
And she was really good at doing that. And then she started coming in and reading Chloe's lines.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I just took off the speaker, so I was reading. And we were just doing a scene together. It was
great. And like the engineer took out the cue beeps, and we were just kind of going, and then he'd place it, and most of it worked. We only had to go back and tweak a little bit, but it was. But
having done that, having been there, like the stuff that you had, like whatever we had to go back and get, you were there. You knew exactly what that moment was about. It was one of my favorite experiences. It's one of my top tier experiences.
And the other, of course, was with you actually on the show that we now can talk about.
Which Jamie's a couple people in.
Yeah, yes. But which I don't want to talk about that scene for people that haven't seen the show.
No, we won't.
But I will say that particular
that will be
episode.
Cool. Should we go ahead and just say the name of it?
What name is this show?
Yeah,
now that we can say it.
Shikabane Hime.
Or Corpse Princess, yes.
Yay.
But I like Shikabane Hime.
Yeah, I like Shikabane Hime. It's got that exotic flavor to it.
It's like, what the hell is a
Sounds like a Tim Burton film.
That's coming out in September, and I text Aaron, which kept going on like last Saturday. I'm like, I just feel really weird about it being 11 o'clock at night on a Saturday texting a 17-year-old boy. It's very odd to me. And Steven's just like, so stop doing it. I'm like,
are you going to start watching Twilight and following Bieber, whatever his name is?
My God, yes. No, I was on
We can't be friends anymore. Then I'm sorry.
No.
Are you going to start wearing things that make you sparkle?
No, I'm sparkly all on my own.
That's what I was going
to say. My personality and my wit and stuff.
Super sparkly.
But no, I was in the chat room while you were in Chicago and all that crap, and everybody was like, so please tell me now, is that the show? Like, I had Kyoko like send me a message, she's like, oh right, fuckers. Like, she didn't say fuckers, she's like, whenever you guys can talk about the show, tell us, because it's driving me insane. And so we talked about that a lot, and I think it was Thomas Red Hat.
Yeah. Thomas.
Or Havard 1000, depending on what mood he's in. He was like, okay, please tell, I think it was him or somebody else, it was like, please tell me you're like the one girl that hasn't fallen under the spell of Aaron Dismuke. And I'm like, no, sweetie, he's under mine. I'm like, because I'm the older woman, and I'm like, I'm like, okay, I'm like, all jokes aside, that's disgusting, but I'm like, keep bringing them, it's fine, it's funny.
Oh my God.
But yeah, no, so we can talk about that. And then see, you were announced, the three mains, obviously, and a few other people. But yeah, it's neat. It's fun. I'm very happy we can talk about it.
And just so everyone knows out there, because apparently, it looks like I'm sort of playing one of the male leads in the show, one of them, and I also directed it. But just so everyone knows, that show is Terry's baby. Like, she was on that show from top to bottom. I came in towards the end and directed with you because of just the way contracts worked out, and we were like, cool, let's work on it together. And but I because I don't like to cast myself in lead roles if I'm directing a show. It's too difficult.
Neither do I. But so also, I still think I'm entirely too new to think that that's okay. Yeah. But also, no.
I'm not one of those people that can pull that off, and so I do not try. But yeah, just my name may be on it as a director as well, but and Bruce Elliott's, of course, who also did a fine job. But that show, to my ear, that show belongs to you, my dear. Yay! That show's from yours from top to bottom.
Well, yeah, like
I'm just in it,
Jamie. I think it's really neat that you got to do at least a good chunk of Spice and Wolf. You right? Like, how many?
I wrote all of it.
Yeah.
And then I directed the first contract or the first two contracts. I can't remember.
Awesome. Like, being able to direct something that you wrote, because there is no, what did the writer mean here?
I have been very lucky in that particular area, because my first show that I directed was also one of the first shows that I wrote. And that was Negama. Oh, did you hear the question mark on there? Negama?
Yeah, because there's the question.
Oh, is it? Yeah, so that was the first thing I did. So that was super easy for
and that's someone who's funny show. Can I just say?
Thanks. I thought
you're really great at writing comedy. You're one of my favorite writers.
Well, Steven's even mentioned your writing.
Oh my gosh!
Well, as an engineer, he's just like it's funny. Like I get to laugh at stuff, which usually I kind of zone out on the scripts when I'm recording.
Oh right, yeah.
And he's like, no, it's hilarious. And
yay.
He's like, you can tell, like, when, like, you don't even have to, like, really know that Jamie wrote it to know Jamie wrote it.
Yeah,
So I think that's.
I'm not taking that as a compliment.
That is.
Yeah. No, it's totally a compliment because I love.
It's like,
thanks, guys.
Jamie wrote this.
Like, Jamie wrote.
You guys are.
No, but that was something about Shikabane. Is Eric asked me to write some of it, and he didn't know that I was going to be directing it, so I'm like, yes.
It's so cool because it's totally your vision gets to be there, and so I've been lucky to, like, at least with Spice and Wolf, I didn't get to finish it because I moved over and started Sergeant Frog. It was crazy, so I went from one thing I was writing to something else that I was writing. I actually don't think I wrote any of the first contract of Frog, but it's kind of like with Spice and Wolf, I got to introduce you guys to the characters.
Yeah, and then by that time, we kind of took the show.
Yeah.
Like when you had to move on to other things, we kind of took the reins. Not from the directors, because then Joel came in and directed
Right,
after you, and he was awesome.
Yeah.
Joel also gets your writing, and because
He
he's
does.
worked with a lot of your scripts before, and he's like, oh, that's what that line really means, and. That's what I love. Like, as far as scripts go, that's some of the best, subtlest. Like, there's so much subtext in every line that we actors, Brina and I especially, just got to chew on. And it's I love scripts like that, and that's the kind of show it is. And I think that's why it's got the fan base it does, because people connect. There's very little about that show that's obvious, and so it leaves it kind of open for people to interpret what they will.
So genuine. Like, those are just it's a relationship. It's people who they don't always like each other, and they fight, and then they make each other laugh, and then they manipulate each other to get what they want for a while. That's what happens.
Yeah.
And everybody, I think, can see that and relate to it and just be charmed by the whole thing.
And Lawrence is such a complex character because he, the way he feels. One of my favorite scenes in that is when he's yelling at her when she's in wolf form, and it's terrifying him because he hates seeing her in that form, and she's walking away. It's just after she's kind of dealt with Chloe, and he's like trying to get her to not go away, but his only way of doing it is because he's so afraid is to get angry and to just yell at her about the money she owes him. And I was like, there's so much going on that I'm like, oh my god, I love that scene. But
it's
Spice and Wolf love. I love
well,
it.
and the main reason I love Spice and Wolf, that's why I got to direct Ren. So thank you.
No problem.
You're welcome.
Welcome.
Yes.
Well, okay. Well, let me see. Young Money, CKO, also known as Charles, because I know your name.
That's what I was thinking.
Great minds.
What's up, Charles?
In the same gutter.
Or Young Money Escobar.
Because that's where I was too. Oh, hell yeah.
Now, let me see. He's got a couple questions, but I guess we kind of answered them. So I'll give us a nice little simple one, I guess. Not simple, but funnier one. What type of music? What's our favorite for all of us? What is your favorite type of music?
Oh, well, that depends upon my mood.
Me too.
Give me a situation, and I'll tell you what I'm going to listen to.
Jamie,
look at you being the
Jamie. You just found out your dude is sleeping with somebody else, obviously, and you're driving home and your iPod's on shuffle. What are you shuffling?
Honestly, I'm a huge fan of that Kelly Clarkson song where she's like, "Since you've been gone," that one. I'm a fan of that one. I'm not normally into music that's a lot of screaming because I'm always like, I didn't do anything to you. Why are you yelling at me? I'm not going to go to a show where they throw stuff at me and beat me up and like draw swords. I'm not going to listen to music. That's
so no guar. Okay.
So no, I'm not going to do that. But gosh, I don't know in that situation what I would listen to.
Somehow, it's so cliched, but I hear you listening to "I Will Survive."
I just listen to that because I like it. Give me I can if I'm going out. Sometimes I might be in a JT mood, bringing sexy back.
I like that for my cardio.
Right, it's combined with Beyonce, Lady Gaga, Madonna, definitely, because nothing's going to make you feel sexier than Madonna. If you're going out, my workout playlist has a lot of Muse on it. I'm freaking nuts about Muse right now.
Muse
By the way,
good.
I really think that they should cover Doctor Who. Wouldn't that be amazing?
Oh my god, yes, they
right?
should.
Oh, that's my new thing.
They
I'm
should
like, totally cover Doctor Who. I also have, let's see what's on there. Outcast is on my my workout thing.
Me too. And most of those are. I do like Lady Gaga, but it's
I am getting
particular.
into Lady Gaga. Thanks to Greg Ayres.
Steven. I made Steven listen to Bad Romance, and he really dug it.
Yeah.
It's a good song.
Well, I'm like, just watch the video.
The video's
it's really
kick
funky,
ass.
and he was just
Love
like,
it.
I like
I think
that.
somebody showed us it was at Anime Boston. Greg Ayres showed us the video for Telephone.
Oh
Yeah, with Beyonce.
we were talking
Which
about
is
that at Stephanie's show.
I just don't get it though. Like I'm like,
It's-
yeah,
who cares?
but I
It's just
don't
awesome.
get it.
It was like a Lloyd Kaufman movie.
Yeah, it's totally a Lloyd
Like
Kaufman.
Toxic
or
Avenger
like-
could pop up any second.
Any second, and like people were like they didn't like a lot of the like advertising or whatever. I'm like that's part of it.
That
though.
was
That's like
brilliant, though. It was
Well,
totally
I
comment
did
on
love
Yeah,
that. I thought that was
and it's just a
great.
good song. But I was just stunned by. I'm like, that's showmanship. That is.
I don't know, but
I love her.
I also like it because I think I've mentioned it before, and I mentioned it to Stephanie and Brina. They're like, really? But I used to like me and a bunch of my friends in high school. I guess like we got like took a cue from like Greece, and we're like, we always need to be practicing our singing and learning new dance choreography. So anytime we would be at a dance or at a club, we would suddenly like at least 5 of us would all break out into the same
Love that
choreographed
idea.
dance.
Support it.
Seriously, like
Love
we
it.
did that the
Support
last
it.
day of high school, and like had to run out of the
You had
cafeteria.
your own little flash
But
mobs.
yeah, we did. We put on Summer Lovin' or something from like Greece, or no, I think it was like the last song, like as they fly their car.
Yeah.
But whatever. Lady Gaga is really good for dance choreography. But my favorite is that. Let's have some fun. This beat is sick. I want to take a ride on your disco stick. Yeah.
That's a good one.
But my
Of course,
favorite
Journey,
band,
by the way.
Journey. It depends. Like
Journey.
Journey, it depends. My second date with Steven, he was running sound for this sorority fraternity Halloween party. Mm-hmm. It was a very odd second date, but there was a Journey cover band called Campus V, and even they were so bad.
That's a terrible name.
Yeah, they were so bad that the lighting guy just started throwing like shit at the band, and he's just like, I am not paid enough for this shit.
Yeah,
But
if you're gonna cover Journey, you better bring it.
you bet. Yes, exactly. My favorite band is She Wants Revenge. I like a lot of electro myself. She Wants Revenge is really good.
Ooh, I'm also into Scroobius Pip and Dan Lassac. Love it.
I don't know these
A lot of old stuff.
It's pretty awesome.
What about
it's like
you? Well, I know classical.
Classical for me. I like a lot of jazz too, but I like a lot of like if we're talking about sort of pop rock kind of
talking
stuff.
I
about
love
everything.
the Brems.
Yes,
I love
do.
the Brems.
I see them all the
love
time.
The Brems.
I
the
love
Brems. I want to uncomfortably hug Stephanie Young. Over
I'm a
the
big
Brems.
Radiohead
I do that
fan.
a lot. Oh
Big
yeah,
Radiohead fan.
I'm getting into Radiohead more because I put my Pandora on Muse, which is cool because I'm like wallflowers,
Yeah.
like all this stuff from high school that,
I also like a lot of like really cheesy stuff too. Like I'm pretty
same
sure, but
here.
like I think the first dance I ever choreographed and made my friends listen to was for Whoop That Is.
shakalaka,
Shakalaka.
There it is. Whoop, there.
Come on, Whoop That
I like a lot
Is.
of
I'm
Brit
done.
pop bands from
Yeah.
like the 80s and 90s, and for example,
enough.
Pulp. I love me some Pulp.
I like
Jarvis
orange juice
Cocker.
with pulp in it.
Love.
Oh,
yeah.
Charles, you shouldn't ask us this question. We're gonna go on forever.
Yeah.
I
I
love
like
it.
Radiohead, Pulp. I like
Radiohead's
David,
awesome.
I like David
I like
Bowie.
80s,
I love
like,
one of my
generally.
favorite singer-songwriters.
Any 80s
ever.
music really is good.
Yeah, me too.
Pat Benatar is
That's one of my
Benatar.
standards at
I think
the
my
karaoke.
favorite singer-songwriter though that I could like think of without having to think about it had to be Rufus Wainwright. I think the man is incredible.
I have a lot of him. Reagan Youth. I used to work at a punk club, so I have to say Reagan Youth. Dead Kennedys.
Oh yeah, Dead
The
Kennedys.
Cure.
Never
The
got into the
Pixies.
It's
Cure.
funny, like
Pixies, I love
if you
the
look
Pixies.
at like what's most played, I'm so like random. What's most played on my iPod/iPhone. That's right, I have one.
You bitch.
Is well, it's just so I can go jogging and not have to carry two things.
Yeah.
So, the like most played would be Dan Lassac versus Scroobius Pip. I'll show you guys some and you love it.
Okay.
And then Ray LaMontagne. It's a totally different journey is on there a lot. Muse right now, and like maybe I'm trying to think something really random. Like nothing that you is in the same genre. It's all over the place.
Yeah, I think that's what. I was talking to Aaron, not like on the phone, like reading like a teen bop or anything, but not yet. We're not there yet. But
one day.
He was like, so have you heard of this band? I do a terrible Aaron. I said, like, if I really want to make fun of Aaron, I go, hey, Terri. And it's like, what? He called me. He's like, it's that Terri. And I'm like, I have no idea who this is.
I don't know you.
Aaron. But Aaron. Your name is Aaron. But he went, there's this war tapes. They're kind of, I think you'll like them. They're kind of like emo, punk, hardcore, goth. I'm like, what the fuck is that?
That doesn't even make sense.
Just say music. They play music. One of my favorites to meditate to and to do yoga to is Rat-a-tat. Rat-a-tat's good.
Yeah.
Gossip. Gossip's awesome. Have you ever heard Gossip? Really good. I actually discovered them on Logo. They're really good. This woman belts it. Beth Ditto. She's like very voluptuous woman, and they're very, very awesome. That Ben Folds. Ben Folds is good.
Yeah.
Death Cab for Cutie is good.
Death Cab for Cutie.
But I listen to a bunch of different stuff. I also listen to like, Mudvayne, all that stuff. I do listen to a lot of metal and stuff. Mudvayne, their drummer is actually a classically trained jazz drummer.
Oh, that's cool.
And he hates the music.
It's a paycheck.
Really funny,
stuff like
right?
that. But yeah.
Sell out.
That's a good question. Sell out. But yeah.
There's a lot. Ask me in a month, it'll be something totally different.
Yeah, probably. Like me too. But for the most, I don't listen to the radio. I usually go by friend recommendations. I don't listen to the radio.
Same here. Radio's never really.
I listen to the radio because I'm lazy. But I like sometimes you can find someone who's doing like a 90s hip hop mix. Oh, it is heaven. Like, give me TLC and Boys to Men.
Salt and Pepper. Okay, Salt and Pepper, yes. No, like all of those, yes. Or what was it? There's
Color Me Bad.
They're from Oklahoma.
Or I was talking about Queen Latifah. So. We were doing the UNITY. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
UNITY. Yep.
Love it.
God. Music.
All right, kitties. We're gonna take a break.
Movie tonight with her.
Yeah, let's take a break.
What? Oh, which
her
one?
And Common.
Common. Oh yeah, Common.
Common.
He's pretty. He is very pretty.
I went to see. I saw him with Maxwell last October. It was ridiculous. It was sex church. I'm not even playing. It was so good.
See? All right, we're gonna.
We'll take a break.
Mickle the pickle.
Yeah, we're totally back from break.
Yeah, can you tell? Yeah. We thought we'd just leave we'd leave like the mics running for like 30 minutes while we took a break or something. But we decided to get
we were in the living room on our little break because for those of you who don't know, we take a break like every hour so we don't die.
Right.
So we can stand each other.
I want to know though, when we say from people who are from our listeners out there, when we say we're taking a break, who actually takes a break with us? That's what I want to know.
I wonder.
Like everyone goes, okay, break time, and turns off the iPod
sounds like
and
a good
goes,
idea. I need to pee.
What the fuck am I doing with my life?
Right.
That I am listening to.
Or do you pause and do you go listen to the music we were talking about like we did?
Because I know I did. Like I made everyone go listen to Gossip, and then Jamie had me listen to
Scroobius Pip and Dan.
And I dig it.
Pip.
I do dig it.
Yeah.
Although Tatum just was like, I want to go outside and look at the trees.
I wanted to look at the weather. It's all
grass.
cloudy outside. I want to see if there's a storm coming.
You and Steven went outside to talk old man crap.
Old man crap?
Yeah,
like, so looks like rain.
Looks like rain out there today.
You know how I can tell? My hip. It's burning.
My hip is starting to tweak a little bit. I think we're going to get some thunderstorms later.
It took me, like, being in the booth yesterday while I was doing some bits to realize I cannot do an old lady voice to save my life. Like,
old voices are hard to do.
Yeah.
Old voices are hard to do. I can do a really funny, like, fake sounding old man like this. No one actually thinks I'm a real old man, but it's a very cartoony old man voice. But you have to kind of do it like it, and he always sounds like a miner.
Well, Kason was doing
Like
that.
a minor, like a-
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Go buy some Milano cookies.
Oh my
Pepperidge
gosh,
Farms
those are
remembers
good.
seeing you come out of that strange house on Friday night.
I could go for a cookie right now. Sorry, I'm sorry.
I could have sworn like you were going to be like, I was promised a snack.
Seriously,
I was
was there
promised
not?
a Milano cookie.
We do have snacks.
Okay, good.
Tatum usually eats all the cheese sticks, though.
All the cheese. I had 3 cheese sticks in one day. Even though I just brilliantly have half. But still, there was a whole
have a whole
crisper filled with cheese sticks.
Cheese
I
sticks
ate
are
all
good.
of them. You
Well,
lie.
yeah, Costco, man,
What
getting
other-
60 cheese sticks.
What
the
other
last 2 months.
snacks do we have?
We have
They have
pineapples.
Like these pineapples.
Love
They have like these.
pineapples.
Do you have the graham cracker bunnies?
Yes, we do.
And they have cheese.
They're organic.
They're organic.
Like every day.
Those graham crackers were grown on trees.
No, I
I believe it. It's a graham cracker
What's
tree.
so funny now, being a vegetarian and now like my main source of working out other than like cardio is like hardcore yoga and all that crap. And Steven, like, we're very, conscious about what we buy. And he goes, you know what? Anytime like I hear us talk about like shit we buy, I just want to punch myself in the face because I feel like a fucking hippie. and then he
guys
goes,
are
and
kinda like hippies.
I fucking hate hippies. Like that's the only time he gets like really like, ah!
You guys don't stink at all.
No,
you don't stink.
but I do
you
use
have
hypoallergenic non-odorant, like the Uber, like
Stop it.
I'm allergic to fragrances. I can't wear
Understand.
perfume.
I can. I'm wearing perfume right now.
I'm
And
allergic to
somehow I
fragrances.
managed to hold her very close and not break.
Jamie's
I was
special
hoping to
that
leave
way.
a piece of me with you, even if it was a rash.
Well, and then there's that, big chunk of your hair that I have in my pillow.
Right. Fair enough.
This is making me very uncomfortable, just so we know.
It's
So
okay.
we're good.
Can we
We're good.
turn
I have
the
a
car
chunk
around,
of my own hair
please?
under my pillow too. So
Or you just go, oh,
I just shared mine with her.
Can we turn the car around, please? I'm pretty sure we took a wrong turn somewhere. Like, I
sweetie,
don't feel
all
like
the
it.
crap. Okay, think about half of the conversations that we had, like when Kason was here, that weren't recorded. Like,
That's different.
it's Jamie. If anything, we should be
Yeah.
more comfortable with the Jamie.
That's right.
I am very comfortable. I love Jamie.
Oh, I love you guys too.
Aww.
You know what's funny though is like I don't think we ever officially met. I think we just kind of like started working together and just
Yeah. Hi, Terry. My name's Jamie.
Oh, sorry. It's
nice to meet you.
Jamie, this is Terri Doty. Terri
Well,
Doty.
no, like
This
she
is-
just came in. You
Jamie
just
Marchi.
came in for Big Wind Up, and it was when you and Tatum and I were sharing a contract to Big Wind Up. It was like my first contract ever, and that's how we met. It was you were being directed by me,
Yes.
and so we just
That's- I think that's the first time we met too. Yeah. GOC?
Yes. Jose. I'd known your work, but we hadn't met.
Met. No.
before
Yeah.
this.
Look at that. Look at how that worked out.
We met in the booth,
yeah.
working on
You
a
guys
show.
are telling me what to do then, and you're telling me what to do now. That's
Tell
not
them what
true.
not to do.
You love every minute of
I
it. And it's
do.
not true anyway, so shut up. Wait, look, I just told you what to do. I guess
See?
it is true.
Yeah, but then we started seeing each other outside of work, and then it became like, hey guys, there are other people here. We're like, shh, we are talking.
You're having a conversation.
Grown ups are talking here.
Go sit at the card table.
Yeah, no, I love it when me and Jamie, we were at Stephanie's show, and like we showed up late and we were wearing our coats and everything. It's like, you guys look like vampires, by the way.
Well, I was playing the vampire game. I created it.
Vampire
I
game?
created it in the moment that I sat down, and I was like,
Hey, Paul.
it's like, yeah, it's like, Paul, let's play the vampire game. He's like, what's that?
He
I was
didn't
like,
even probably ask what's that. He's like, got it.
yeah. And then he's like, yeah. So what it is you watch people, and you determine whether or not they're a vampire.
But no, see, when we walked in, the wind hit us a bit too, and so we're wearing our big coats, and I'm probably pissed because parking was a bitch, and so it's all
And your hair was straightened and long. at the
straightened
time,
and
yeah.
long, and I probably had like you don't know me.
Right.
Yeah, look, so yeah, we look like, but
But there's so many layers of it. Like that vampire sparkles. I don't like
yeah.
that one. And then it's like that waiter
There's an
is
Anne Rice
totally
vampire.
a vampire. Totally a vampire. You know,
no,
like,
it
and
was-
then you're like, no way that chick's
So
a
I had to
Am I a
make sure to
vampire?
sit next to Jamie, but then there was this like, okay, there's this guy here, and I'm pretty sure this guy behind. Don't look yet. Like whenever it like seems like natural look. I'm
do that a
pretty
lot.
sure he has clip-on teeth. And so like the whole
No, what are they called? They're called? Like the little girls wear in
the little.
pageants.
I say clip-on
the fake
teeth.
They have a name
To cover up the gap.
Yeah, or
They're
like
just caps?
Yeah.
it's like a grill for little girls that they wear when they're at pageants. Oh, what is it called? That is going to drive me.
Grill.
Shit.
It's called a grill.
Something like that, but no, like, so I spent a good chunk of it, and I'm like, not yet. Damn it.
Yeah, it took
So
her a
then
while.
he finally did, and I like stopped the conversation she was having. I saw, like, and I'm like, I think you're right.
It did. It looked like he had like fake teeth over his teeth.
Yeah,
They were big. They were big. They were big teeth.
Maybe
Little
he had
Miss
false
Pageant
teeth.
clip on.
Yeah, clip on.
I saw some woman on
that's
the
gonna come
news
to me
the
in
other
middle of the
day
night.
who had weird teeth. It was like her bottom row of teeth were not on the same plane as the rest of her face. It was like bad. They were like, her bottom row of teeth were like bad CGI.
Doing like the Buzz Killington or like that. Hello. I met
no.
someone yesterday that said every 5 seconds. He was the sweetest guy, but I couldn't stop laughing.
I had this brilliant professor in college, and he was kind of brutal. And we were doing just like a conversation where you're standing up and talking because a lot of it is how you carry yourself as an actor, blah, 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 blah. And this girl was up there, and she had no idea how much she was saying or. And he told her, he's like, do you realize how often you're saying this and that it makes you seem as though you're not very intelligent? And she said, really? Had no idea. And we all started laughing.
No, because,
So he had her, like, do it again. And she was, what?
I'm laughing at this because it is.
Yeah, he had her do it again. And every time she said or he would say it.
Uh-huh.
So she would be
That's what a lot of
talking, and he
directors would
say,
do with me. Because it's supposed to get them out of that friggin' habit. Yeah.
Brutal. She ended up crying and leaving. It was hilarious.
Was she umming and crying at the same time?
Probably.
There was this sweet,
But it really imprinted in all of us.
Aww. Well, because then you start realizing, you're like, I really do say that a lot. I say like a lot,
I say
and
like
I
too.
always make fun of people that it's like, it's like.
And then he was like, and I was like, I say that all the time.
I say a lot. I will be like, yeah, I say like occasionally too, but I would like, it's kind of like this, and we do this, and it's kind of like this, and I'm like
Yes.
I just said 4 fucking you knows in that
so.
sentence.
Yeah.
But
I
I also
guess
have
so.
really long sentences, so I guess they're kind of.
It's true. You have to break them up somehow.
They're kind of.
Run on.
Yeah, no, they're complex. They're not run-ons.
They're complex.
There's
But no,
punctuation. You just
Tatum and I do that thing. And yesterday we had to go. A window was broken. That's all I will say. And I don't know how. It's just weird, crazy. But my hand hurts. It's weird.
Weird.
Not related. But we ended up going to 2 different Lowe's, and both times it was, we don't have that size that you need. But one of them made us wait an hour just to make sure that we had it, and we didn't. So we were pretty pissed by the time we went to Home Depot, and we had to get an exact, like, a bigger piece of glass or whatever. And Steven goes, I have a glass cutter, but I'm pretty sure I'll break it, blah, blah, blah. And the guy got very quiet. He goes, is this the kind of glass cutter you have? He was very nice, but Steven goes, yeah. He goes, all right, so what you gonna do? And he mimics, like, cutting the glass. He's like, you want to take your time. Just take your time.
That dude is totally a vampire.
Just take your time.
Vampire.
And you might want to, what's the, what's the word I'm looking for? And Steven's like, pliers? He's like, yeah, pliers. And you just want to take your time. Take your time.
You want to take your time.
So, like, we bought
Bob
it, and the
Ross.
whole time Steven was like, he was a really nice guy. I'm like, he was. But you just want to take your time.
Vampire.
And then,
I
started making Aaron do that.
There's a sometimes you need to cut slowly because glass can cut.
It just cracks her up when I do that. It's so ridiculous.
Well, yeah, because you like extend your lower jaw, like.
Yeah, and there's some Adam's apple action happening as well.
Yeah, it's a little terrifying.
Right. And she loves terror. Don't do it at me. I'll have nightmares.
That was such like a mom thing to do. Like they're like, "Mom, look at my costume." You're like, "Oh my god, you were so scary." That's the kind of like, I'm so scared.
All right, do we have more questions?
Yes, we have some more questions. And guess who this is from? Steve.
I'm still gonna kick your ass in Mario Kart, Steve. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
So
What did
obviously,
I do? I was
Pretty sure they paid that
involved in
engineer.
a show that I can't speak of, where in the background music it sounded like Mario Kart, and so I was like mimicking, like I was driving a car and throwing bananas behind me as I was reading. That was a good time. Okay, sorry.
all right. So Steve's got a question and a comment for Jaime.
That's me in Espanol.
I just thought
It's Jamie in Espanol.
it's Jamie or Yami.
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 Yeah,
That's how
'cause
my
it's not-
grandma would pronounce it.
Yami, that's
like
correct.
they call me TJ, but it's DJ. I'm like, just say Terry, please, for the love of God, or Mija.
Jaime is not how it's spelled. Although some people make that mistake.
Yeah, and they're like, well, it doesn't have an I in the middle. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not Jaime.
All right, no. So Jamie,
I'm Yami.
I'm reading as Steve, but I won't mimic Steve because that's a horrible thing to do. I'd just like to commend you on your work, on your awesome work on writing and directing Sergeant Frog.
Why, thank you, Steve.
I think the dialogue is fantastic and incredibly funny. Agreed. It's hard for me to go into detail because there's so much to love. Aww.
Yay.
I was.
It's a good team on Sergeant Frog.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I agree. And Steven, even during the break, he's like, yes, what Terry said, not lying.
it's true.
Yeah.
I lapped it up. It was amazing.
I was told the dialogue is exactly how you talk in person. Is that true?
The dialogue of Sergeant Frog is how I talk in person.
Steven mentioned a particular line that he was like, yes, that is exactly how Jamie talks.
Yeah, I would say so.
I would say so too. Just like, not that the characters aren't wonderfully differentiated.
They're
it's just that
different. They're
you're so
different.
mercurial that you speak with in many voices, but all of them sound like you, and not sound like you, but all of
Not
them.
like, oh my
say
God,
things
all of
that
these
you would
characters sound
say.
like Jamie. But
Yeah, well, I think that...
and do you have any favorite lines from the show?
From
Frog.
Frog.
Oh.
Gosh, here's the thing. I've written so much of it. I have a hard time.
No,
one of my
she
favorite
doesn't.
episodes that I wrote was the one where Caro buys a faulty product on, it's not eBay, it's iBay, the intergalactic. But
I love that
intergalactic eBay. And so he buys this flying saucer, and gosh, I can't remember. That's one of my favorite episodes that I wrote. I had a lot of fun with that one. But I can't remember any specific. I'm horrible about that. It's like once they're gone, they're gone. There's some of them stick with me. I know, like we were talking on the break about Frittiot. Somebody calls him Frittiot. That's one of my favorite things.
What was the other one? The big green ball of fail.
Yeah,
That's such something you would say, though.
yeah.
I think that's why. No, it's like Jamie's got he was saying like Jamie's got a really weird way of like calling someone an idiot or something like that. I'm like, no, it's because like it's like she's creating her own little lingo here. And
That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's the thing I've
Yeah.
always noticed about you, and I think what among many other of your qualities that compels me to you is I should just say it like that. Compels me to you.
You should
is that
say it exactly like that
you-
all the time.
is when describing anything, you refuse. You like make it this point of pride that you will not use cliched phrases. If you do, it's always to turn them on their head and make fun of someone who uses them rather than, you know what I mean? So if you're going to call someone
I
an
do that.
idiot,
I'm not even aware of it.
you lie.
that's how genius I am.
I
But no,
don't
it's
even
funny.
know how
Like
smart I am.
she'll just say the most amazing. She'll just completely make up something in a very just on the moment, and it'll be the funniest thing I've heard. And it means somehow everyone knows exactly what it means.
Well, that's good.
You've got a very Dorothy Parker wit about you.
Oh, I love Dorothy
Ooh, that's a good
Parker.
way of putting
Parker,
it.
just to
I did
give
the
everyone
waltz.
like.
I did the waltz when I was in high school.
See, that makes sense. That way I could see you doing that. But I just get people out there who don't know who Dorothy Parker was. She was probably one of the greatest wits, probably one of the greatest American wits ever, and she was freaking hilarious. And one of my favorite quotes of hers.
Heavens.
Stop.
I am so flattered right now, I can hardly stand it.
You have the vapors.
I have the vapors.
No, one of my favorite Dorothy Parker quotes is just out of left field. Somebody asked her the definition of the word, or like horticulture. And her response was horticulture, as in you can lead a horticulture, but you can't make her think. That's the kind of shit Dorothy Parker would just pull out of, from her, wherever. And it was hilarious. And that's just, you remind me a lot of her, just your wit. You're so like totally spontaneous. But then it suddenly becomes part of the lexicon. Like when you say something funny, no one's ever said it that way before, but it feels like we all know it. It's very, very unusual.
Wow, that's a huge compliment. Thank you.
I love you. Can I just? I love you.
Too. That's that.
I want you to be my beard. Is that what our agreement was?
Yeah, our agreement totally is beard.
If I ever decide to go into hiding,
oh yeah,
Jamie's going to be my trophy.
Yeah,
guy.
hiding. I don't see how that would work.
I know,
but
well,
can't really do much better as beard.
This is a good question I've got.
It's not really fair to Jamie though.
We don't get to talk about the show very often. At least I haven't
yet.
He's
very tall. He can get things off of cabinets. As can you, my tall lover.
Let's move to Vermont. Let's do this. Well, that was like a picture that Tara drew, like of the two of you snuggling, and Jamie immediately was like, "This is inaccurate."
That's not how it'd be.
I love the one of you eating my head. That's like brains. Okay, so this question comes from Ali L. I'm thinking. What up, Ali? It's maybe Allele, because like the L is not but the L at the end. It's ALIE capital L, but there's no space between the E and the capital L. I think it's just Ali L, but I don't know.
Ali with the last name.
I'm going to call this person Allele. I like alleles.
Al. You can call me Betty, but Betty, when you call me, you can call me.
But this is cool. This is a question for you and me, Jamie. And this is what do you guys like best about being able to work on Blastwriter?
Blastwriter. That's my theme song that I made up for it. Because every time I come, that's what I sing. Blastwriter. That was fun because I lived.
You did. You're like the one person who does.
I did survive in that one without Kelly Clarkson. So that was a fun show for me. It was kind of funny to be. Let's see, it's a strong-willed girl who has a lot of fight in her, and she takes care of her younger brother. Weird.
That's
for those of you who don't know, my younger brother, Jean-Luc Hester, who is in Big Wind Up, he plays... Yeah. He lived with me while he was in high school. He went to Performing Arts High School and lived with me the entire time he was in high school, so we're very close, and I am kind of a motherer/nag. So, being cast as someone who takes care of her, younger brothers, it was kind of cool to do that and kind of know who she was from the get-go. Yeah. I guess she would be a good example of someone that is a lot like me.
Yeah, I was just thinking
without all of the fighting stuff.
I don't know. You could
true story.
I'm pretty sure you could fight. I'm pretty sure you could kick some major ass if backed into a corner, or even not backed into a corner. I'm pretty sure you're being nice.
I'm a very nice person.
Well, like whoever goes like, look, I can kick your ass, and it's like you are going to jail now.
Yeah, that's the like path that I go. If someone's like at a club, I had someone at a club threaten me a couple years ago. I was like, really? I mean, go for it, because I will be more than happy to sue you. And then I started asking her, like, I was like, what kind of car do you have? Oh yeah, I'm getting a lot of money. And they kind of backed off because I wasn't playing. I was like, please hit me once.
Seriously, I'm like, hey.
But if they throw the first punch, you can beat
that's another thing too. Is you always, if you're going to, make sure that they do the first punch. Yep. I'm not in any way.
We're not advocating first of all violence or someone coming up and punching me so I can sue them. I don't want that either.
Oh my God, Jimmy Marchi's going to be at this con.
Punching in the face. Please don't do that.
No, I guess. I get very evil villain about it. I get very, very quiet, which is not a good sign.
Yeah, if I'm quiet, that means I'm real mad. Usually people know in the booth if I'm having a bad day or I'm upset because I'm quiet.
You're not BSing. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not having a good time.
Damn
I'm
it.
Quiet.
But no, there was. I was at a bar and I didn't know this guy's name, but he always wore like a Dr. Pepper shirt, so we called him the Dr. Pepper guy, and I hated the Dr. Pepper guy.
Dr. Pepper guy.
And I told him he was a douche, so he started. So my girlfriend started throwing stuff at him, and that escalated into them throwing stuff back at us, and I'm like, we are adults.
Right.
Okay. And then it turned into
Someone give me an orange. I don't know.
my friend's husband, like the bar got quiet and it was like, all right, blah, da, 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 come on, we're all going outside to fight. I'm like, is this really happening?
It's a brawl.
But
You guys went to fisticuffs.
But my friend Joel, like, they're like yelling at him, like, you hang out with a bunch of bitches and blah, blah, blah. But so to make the fight, not happen, the whole time this guy's threatening Joel and everybody else, he starts doing the robot.
Oh.
He's like, dude, take this seriously. He's like, yes, I'm going to take a fight in the parking lot seriously. Very serious. Stuff like that. And they're like, fuck you, man. You guys are weird.
You
He's
guys
like,
didn't get to see it, but she did do the robot while she said that.
Very serious.
It's very funny.
Why was I programmed to feel pain? Yeah. But yeah, that's how you stop a fight, is you just do the robot.
That's good.
I'm gonna do it.
That we do. We support that robot.
Or I think I'm again going to do the
I'm all
West Side Story.
I would do that in a heartbeat.
In a fight, I don't resorting in a fight of any kind. I don't like resorting to violence. I think it's very uncreative.
Yeah.
I think one should be more.
I think we're all
I guess
villains
it
in
depends
this
on the
story.
violence.
I'm just really good.
still.
I've never, to date, I have only been in one fight in my life, and that was in high school, and it was over something really, really stupid. I totally won it, but
Right.
But I also
Otherwise,
never
you've
have
never
to
been in a
fight.
fight
Like I
before.
never have to fight because I'm generally very.
Right?
It's very difficult to piss me off. And
Yeah, that's normally how I am, unless you're the IRS.
yeah. Well,
I think that's anybody.
Right.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
it's
I'm normally
anybody.
very easygoing.
Yeah,
and-
very easygoing,
So-
and then it's like usually the kind of people that do piss me off. Usually, like I don't know. It sounds like I'm like some big guy, but I am bigger than most people, and so all I have to do is like just stand up, and most people will back down. And it's really funny. And I have been in situations where it was getting ugly, and so I just kind of look. I'm like, hey, look, if you want to do this, we can. And they're like, no, it's just, it's cool, it's cool. That's always
I have this
fun.
weird ability. I don't know where it comes from, but I can tell people to do something and they do it. It's weird. It's
Jedi mind tricks.
I don't know.
I always do
What
the.
you're looking for.
Yeah, it's like, hey, come on, guys, let's go through here. We're doing this. Let's make this happen.
Let's
and then
go
they do
through
it, and I
here.
don't know who they are. I was involved in a 16 car pileup. Yes, getting onto the highway on an icy night at 2 o'clock in the morning after I was leaving a job that I had at the time, and I was getting on, and I knew something bad was going to happen. It was way too icy for it not to, and the way that the road was, like the on ramp, you couldn't see what you were coming up on, and I figured that was a bad thing, so I went real slow around the corner, and sure enough there was a wreck at the end of the on-ramp, a wreck that instead of moving out of the way, they just stayed right in the middle of the on-ramp to a highway with ice like a quarter of an inch thick, if not thicker than that, in Dallas, where nobody knows how to drive in the ice.
No.
No one knows how to drive when there's not ice.
Yeah, I had to pick. I was like, I have to choose sides. I can't stay here in the middle. I've either got to go left, I've got to go right. But I'm stuck on this on-ramp. There's nowhere else for me to go because there were huge cement barriers on both sides. So I decided to go left because I thought if I was swerving, I would swerve right. So I'm going to go as far left as I can and just hope for the best. And this woman's in front. She gets out of her car to come talk to me. I was like, you better get in your car and just wait. And I was like, because this isn't going to be pretty. And she did. And 16 cars later, it was like, okay, the crazy part about it was the way that the cars piled up. I didn't get hit. I was the only car that didn't get hit. They piled around me because they were swerving and like they'd run into the barrier. So they created like this cage around me that would scoot forward. And when it would scoot forward, I would scoot forward just a little bit. And I called.
Because you're a fucking Jedi.
It was crazy. And I called I called 911 and
Just
they
went,
transferred
no.
me to like the fire department. And I said, I was talking to them. I was like, yeah, I'm involved in a 6 car I was just looking at it. in my rearview mirror, and I could see it.
It's like,
and
ma'am, can you decide our number? I don't know.
I know.
Tell them to stop it.
It's happening.
It's a baker's dozen now.
It was terrible, and like I was watching it on my rearview mirror because I was in my car moving forward they get out of their cars, and then more cars. I was like, you guys are stupid. Get in your cars. And one guy jumped up. Like, literally jumped in the air, and these cars went underneath him, and he landed on top of the cars, and all this stuff happened. So,
wow.
I get out of the car.
You had a Matrix movie happen?
It was crazy.
This is nuts.
It was crazy. And so, after the fire, I can see the fire trucks blocking the entrance. I'm like, I can get out now. And so I got out, and there were these guys fighting about whose fault it was. For real, fighting. And they were both well over 6 feet. Just big guys. And I looked at one. I was like, it's no one's fault. It's I see things happen. And the other guy was going on. And I was like, you need to shut up and step back. And they both did it. It was the craziest thing ever. I don't know. And so like I help a lot at weddings because I can be like, bridal party, let's do this, let's do that, let's do that. And then they do it. I don't know why. It's weird.
I don't know. I listen to you, but I do listen to you.
I know. It's my Jedi mind power.
Yeah, so anytime you leave, I realize my wallet is missing. But I'm okay with it. It's weird.
Right.
I don't know. I've only been in one like fight, but I did punch someone. I did throw the first punch, but I was a good 2 feet in front of, taller than her. But she blocked me in on one of the worst days I was having at that time. I'm like, after that, I've had much worse. But I really had to leave. It was in college, and she was blocking me in, waiting for a space to open, which is the most ironic part of it. Not ironic, just, because she was waiting for a spot, but she blocked me in, parking, waiting, and I'm like, well, so she got on her phone while she was waiting and parked and turned off the engine keys out of ignition and like, hey, you gonna have this spot? Like, I was trying to be very cool. I'm like, you gonna have this spot, just move real quick. And she's like, yeah, but then someone else is gonna come in while I'm driving and steal the spot because I have to turn around. And I'm like, okay, well, and then she's like, excuse me, I'm on the phone. I'm like, you picked the wrong day, bitch. And I was just like, just move your car. And I'm hitting my truck. I'm like, move your fucking car. And she just like looked at and put her finger in my face.
Oh, hell no.
And so I punched her upside the jaw.
You hit a woman in her car on the phone.
Yeah.
That's
good for
awesome.
you.
And then late, I'm like, are you going to move your fucking car? And she's like, yeah, just give me a second. Hey, I have to call you back. I'm like, move your fucking car. And she just reversed and parked like right there. And I saw her like a couple weeks later, and she turned around. And my friend Malia was like, oh my God, you have a bruise on your hand. What the hell? Did you hit a wall or something? I'm like, some bitch.
I hit a wall of bitch.
Oh my God, you did not hit somebody. Like, I know you're upset right now. I'm like, you don't know. She blocked me in.
I couldn't back out my car. What was I supposed to do?
Wait.
I tried to reason with her.
I'm
She
not
was like,
waiting.
I'm on the phone.
I am on the phone. Excuse me.
I did take down a clown, but that really wasn't a fight.
Right.
Yeah, I think it was Tara that asked.
Yeah, it was self-defense. I clotheslined him and then and straddled a guy and ripped his mask off and was shaking him and stuff, but I wasn't I probably was crying at the time. So it wasn't like a tough fight. It was
really
one of those, and
that kid probably didn't even. He was probably volunteering.
He was my age. He was older than me.
Who was the real sad clown?
I was the real sad clown.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you hate clowns, because you hate yourself.
Oh, deep.
No, that's not why. I hate myself, but it's not why I hate clowns.
That's okay. I love you. It's fine.
Oh, thank you. Mm-hmm. You don't love clowns, do you?
I am neutral to clowns. I am clown neutral.
As long as they don't have a glass mask, I'm good.
They actually ask me that on job applications now. Anytime I get bored, and I'm like, what kind of terrible questions are they asking at the Best Buy? And they're like, do you have a phobia of clowns? No.
Yes, I do.
Can't work at Best Buy.
Sorry.
Why? What the hell? Clowns? Should I not go into a Best Buy anymore? Are there clowns now?
In the camera section.
I have a good question. Do you have a question you want to ask? Because there's a good question here I want to get to.
Oh, did you answer Blast Rider? What was great about Blast Rider for you? You didn't answer that.
Oh, I loved working on Blast Rider because I got to write most of it, and it was a fun show to write. And I got to play Zagin, who was really a depressing character, but he was good. There was a lot of depth to it. It was that show kind of Yeah,
I love the visuals.
I like the dark of it. I like that kind of almost noirish sci-fi aspect to it. Blast Rider was one of my favorite shows to write. Actually,
Blast Rider. Okay.
We just the songs and the shows we work on. I think I was in the middle of recording someone, and I just went it got quiet, and I went forever, from an initial D race, shockingly techno music. But okay, I've got a comment and then a suggestion, and then a little request from somebody else. But Thomas just started watching Rin.
Oh,
and he loves
goodness.
your
Thank
Mimi.
you.
Boo doo doo doo. Okay, but
did he write that? Boo doo doo doo.
Boo doo 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 dot.
Nice, Thomas. Good job.
But when you are working on any show, how much of it is the portrayal of the character is influenced by the writer or director, and how much is you?
It's a combination of the two. A lot of it is decided in the audition when I say, what are you looking for in this character? And then I bring what I got, and then it's tweaked with the director until we kind of have created something together.
And specifically, what about Mimi?
Well, we talked about Mimi a little bit, about how that happened. So, yeah, it was kind of what I came in with, and he added the drunk part.
And a little bit of request, which I'll take from Kaiza.
Okay.
Kaiza. But can you say vodka is Russian for water, you know? Or I think it's vodka means water in Russian, you know.
Vodka means water in Russian, you know.
Okay, can you say my favorite line, which is when she's wearing the French maid outfit, and Ren's like, so what's all that about? And you say, do you remember?
I can't ever remember.
She's
which
like,
one of them.
I figure it's going to be popular soon.
I figure it's going to be popular soon. Is that how I say it? Or pop?
No, you said it like, I figure it's going to be popular soon.
I figure it's going to be popular soon.
You even mentioned it in the commentary. You're like, I just love this line. Everyone shut up.
I was like, everyone shut up, shut up.
So that I can do that.
Okay, fine.
My favorite one is Kochievsky.
Then you're pronouncing it way better than you were.
Kochievsky.
I love that.
And that,
you're like,
for those of you who don't know that story, I was recording it and did not look ahead to see that there was a crazy ass name I didn't know how to pronounce. And as I got to it, that is just what came out of my mouth. Just exactly like that. It
and
happened.
Terri was like, I don't know if we can keep that, so we'll get it. And Terri showed me, it's like, here's like the one we got. And she's like, I wanted to keep this because I thought this would be funny. And I read it, I'm like, oh yeah, we're keeping that one. That's perfect. That's absolutely what that's. I love that. Little moments like that.
Well, that show had a lot of like moments where we would just show them to random actors coming in because they were so funny. And one of them was our scene. Well, I don't think that I said anything because I, you know, as funny as that bomb was, I'm like, I was making some very intimate sounds there. But maybe someone actually sounds like that. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah.
It's not. Yeah.
Oh God.
I'm giving you about 30%, to be honest with you.
Right. It's whatever.
Well, I have a question from Alan McLeod, and I really like this. This is for Jamie. Have you found it any harder staying in a character doing dub work rather than on stage, since there are so many breaks between lines? I mean, the continuity and flow of a stage performance is very important. So he says, I would have to imagine doing booth work is a very different experience. And
it is a very different experience. However, I will say, for the record, I am not an actor that has to do a lot of emotional preparation before I go on stage. If I'm on stage, I'm in the scene, and I've already done the work, I'm there. I can come off stage and, you know, I can be on stage and have a complete breakdown, sobbing, crying, you know, aching, horrible. And then I walk off stage
and you're you again.
Fine, because it was fun for me to do. I did have a scene like that where I would come off, and the other two girls that were in the show, it was three sisters. The other two girls were always really upset because they couldn't help but react to me. And then I get off and be like, woo! And they'd be like, oh, God, I can't take this. It's so rough.
You're such a downer.
I was doing, and she's talking at the end about how we'll go on and we'll move on and we'll be better and blah, blah, blah. And someone in the audience goes, yes! And I wanted to be like, I know, right? But I couldn't.
Oh my God, that would be awesome.
I'm not, so yeah, I'm pretty good about I can pop in and out really easily. For me, I can either go there or I can't. I'm either there or I'm not. There's no warming up. You are there or you're not. So for me, as a dub actor, it makes it a little easier to, 2 seconds from now, I'm going to have to be sobbing.
Yeah.
Sometimes I need a little bit more.
It varies,
for
I guess,
whatever,
from
but-
role to role. I guess
Yeah.
it would. I
Like
mean, I haven't done the stage. I think I saw you, do your little reindeer monologue.
The
was
8
awesome.
reindeer monologues. I was Vixen.
Go figure.
Steven was
all
like,
over the place.
I wish we wouldn't have sat in front because they keep talking to me. But it was a lot of fun. Jamie was Vixen. She was very awesome.
I'm sorry I
you.
missed that. I didn't get to
It
see
was
it.
fun. It was
Yeah.
really fun to do.
It was a cop-out
We
that
might do it
night.
again this year. We'll see.
It'd be fun.
We
I'll
had
totally
such
see
a
it
good
this year.
response for it. So, but I will say, like, if I'm doing a dub that is particularly emotional, it's probably not good in between takes to be just shooting shit. and
Yeah.
not being in the zone. There's a zone you need to maintain. But for the most part, it's not that difficult. And honestly, I play a lot of funny people. So if it's a comedy, I have no problem going. But I have a lot of fun with dramas, though. I love them. I just don't get to do them that much.
They're great. I guess
Although almost every character I have cries at some point.
Corpse Princess was a nice little mix of all of that stuff, and Jamie got to be a couple people. You worked with me, Bruce, and Tatum, all as a director, so that's cool. But like Rin, the scene, like I got to direct you for a good chunk of it toward the end, like after 3 and after I got to, and there was Koki at the end of 3, and so you were crying and all that stuff, and then we brought in Colleen, and Steven watched it and he cried a little bit. He's like, God damn it, in the other room, like, fuck, just take away all my man cards, take them.
Take 'em.
But yeah,
We will.
that was a good little and working with Tatum on Corpse Princess or Shikabana Hime. There were a lot of times, I think, with that Joe and I would just kind of be like, hey, we're not going to fuck around today. And he's just like, what? Why not? Like, just today, like, once we get done with the take, like, I'm going to take my foot off the mic, but I don't want to say anything that's not relevant to the scene.
Yeah.
Don't show him any pictures or anything. Because sometimes, like, if we're having fun and it's a nice little break, we'll be like, hey, look at this stupid picture on Failblog. Boom.
Right.
Don't do that today.
Yeah.
But then there are other times like, look at this. Yeah.
I have to say, though, like, which I say that apparently I have to say. I'm going to say it.
Do it.
Just saying.
When you're in a scene like that where you can really maintain it, it's so much fun. It gets fun, the other stuff too, like just to feel like you're just screwing around in between, and that's great.
Yeah.
But like when you really get to when you just get to act, if you love it, then you love it. So being able to just focus on the character and really drive it home is a lot of fun.
I agree.
Being able to get lost in whatever that emotion is. And, I think being able to relate is really, it's fun. I like crying.
I do
as an
too.
actor.
I've had some good
I love
experiences in
it.
the booth getting to play those characters because I don't really do things like that in my day-to-day life. I'm not a very emotional guy, to be honest with you. I'm very.
It
at least
depends
I
on
don't,
the commercial, but for the most part, I don't cry.
I tend to be very, extroverted, but I don't show my emotions. I'm like, if I don't show, if I'm upset or something, I tend to just hide it. And so it's fun to get
Which
to kind
is
of
healthy.
unleash. Well, it's yeah.
Sarcasm.
Hey, it's not healthy for your social life to show it either. God.
I don't know. I find it works.
Like they.
It depends on if I'm just having a bad day, I'll just I won't hide it from myself. I'll own that I'm having a bad day, but I won't be around people. I'll be like, I need to just be
I'm
on
the same
my
way.
own.
People usually know
'Cause I don't
something's
wanna,
wrong if they haven't heard from me.
Yeah.
If I'm quiet,
and that's just how I am. But it's getting to. I don't have these big emotional scenes with people in real life. They've been exceptionally rare, and getting to act them out like that is really wonderful because I'm like, oh, this is very, cathartic.
Yes, well, and that's what I was just thinking. Like when you do, though, and maybe Terri will understand this more because we're women and we're more in touch with our emotions. But when you do get a moment when you can just shut up.
Shut the fuck up.
You know, and I'm sure both of you.
And
have
I
this.
just
like,
listened.
when you have a moment. Oh, you just covered up his happy little face.
Don't get the mic.
The back of
facing.
her microphone looks like a face. It's super cute. I'll
It is
take
cute.
a picture of it and put it up on the Facebook.
On the Facebook.
Yeah. So it's very if you have those moments, everybody has them, I guess, where you just lose it and you just sob for no reason, and it's just pent up, whatever. That is so cathartic. And afterwards, you're like, oh, that was good. That was a good cry. I felt, it's
do that
way.
actually, like, as hard exterior, like, as much as I like to be, like, very tough looking, like, when I'm alone, like...
You little crybaby?
I don't just, like, all right... Dead dog. Dead dog. No. But why did I think of a dead dog? But no, I have like a room in any place that I'm at. I know exactly where to go to cry because that's where I'm comfortable. Like I'm a child of divorce, so I know exactly where to go, and that's the bathroom. Sit in the tub.
Nice.
That's where I go. I'm giving you like a very, very honest and not just like Terri, like I'm so funny answer. Yeah, if Steven thinks I'm upset, the first place he'll go is the bathroom, and if it's locked, he knows I'm not like taking a bath or anything. He knows I'm just in there, and he'll just leave me alone. Like bathroom, boom.
Yeah. But sometimes you just got to get it out.
You gotta,
and that's
that, or I punch a punching bag.
Right. But what is great about as an actor playing those emotional scenes is you get to get it out.
Yeah.
For someone else,
and they're impressed by it,
right?
Like they're like, "Wow, that's a great scene," and you get like rewarded for that. It's not awkward for anybody.
Well, and then though you get to stand in the shoes of the character and do it for them. Does that even make sense? You know, like
totally.
I think if you're open with your emotions and how you feel at any moment, you can find something you can trace. Like if I tell specific stories, I will tear up. Mm-hmm. If you're very in touch with how you feel from moment to moment, it's so easy to get in to those shoes and just let it rip. And it's fun.
It is fun. Damn it. Like, even if you're like, oh man, that was so good. You're like, are you sure? Like, yeah. By the way, you really should have warned me what I was going to have to do today because I wore makeup today. Damn you.
Right.
Okay.
Just right. Do we have any? Oh.
Do we have time for one more?
One more. What time is it?
It's like 5 after.
Oh yeah, we have just time for one more little thing, and I'm going to do it because we occasionally get what I'm going to constantly refer to as the Lipton questions. Like, if you were at the pearly gates, what would you want? Blah blah blah. But it's not that one. It's
I was like
favorite
soup questions. I like soup. What
Lipton? Lipton.
James Lipton.
Not Lipton noodle.
The man that composed the theme song to Thundercats.
Thundercats.
Oh, favorite cuss words.
Oh, well, that depends on the day.
Again, yes.
What is it today?
God, this one's bad.
Today's Saturday.
Say it. We'll bleep it out, or we won't.
Cuntsicle.
That's a good one. That's a very good one. Okay,
I go with cunt pheasant.
Oh, I like
cunt
that.
Pheasant.
I like that.
Cunt flamingo. Pretty much anything with cunt in front of it. You can make it sound like cunt microphone.
I say son of a fucker.
Not that one. Not that one at all. No.
Thundering shovel cunt. Was that one that I?
Yeah.
Cock juggling thunder cunt.
Cock juggling thunder.
But I stole that from Blade 3 because Ryan Reynolds said it, and I listen to anything Ryan Reynolds says.
I listen to anything Ryan Reynolds' abs say to me.
And they say,
And they say, hey.
oh God, why are Sam's talking to me? Tatum.
Oh, I have many favorite ones. I've said this many times. Cocksucker. I love the word cocksucker.
That's right.
Which I like
Deadwood.
that one.
Deadwood made me a fan
I
of
like
that word.
cocksucker, but I have to say it cacksucker.
Cacksucker.
It's a little more fun that way. Cack itself, it's more fun if you send it from the
it's
from
not
the north.
okay. It's not
Cack.
it's not a curse word, but it should be. And I'm going to put it out there, hoping that it will come back to me in some
Spread
form
it like wildfire.
It is a family member of mine, an in-law of someone. I don't want to be more specific than that. Not blood related. Revealed that she always called her hoo-ha.
Mine's Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga.
Because I mean, it's totally
growing up, her nickname for it was her Zorch.
I knew this.
And
Okay,
I love Zorch,
Zorch.
right? Isn't
Yes.
that great? Just
It
to call
is
somebody
good.
you stupid Zorch. And I love that. I love that word. It sounds like a
You should
comic
get it
book
tattooed
villain.
on your foot, like what's her face
Zorch.
did.
Zorch.
What is
What was she in? Who is she? What'd she do?
Amanda Seyfried?
She's
idea.
in all those vagina movies.
She was in. Yes, and she
Vagina
was.
movies?
She
Yeah,
was
that's what I call like romantic comedies. Vagina movies or vagina movies.
She was in the Veronica Mars's friend that got killed too.
I don't. Okay, well now that
From the
we're
very
there.
beginning.
I think I know who you're talking about. I don't know what I don't know her name.
She got
Amanda Seyfried, like she's in like Mamma Mia and all that
Mamma
crap.
Mia, yeah. Letters
To Juliet.
to Juliet. I'm so seeing that tomorrow. I'm not even ashamed. Because she comes around the corner. He's on the horse. He's on a horse, riding back into her life. Love it. So,
Tatum and I are just.
Wow, I think my penis just shrunk a little bit.
I don't think that's Letters to Juliet related. That's, you just
it's fun.
have
It's fun.
It's not cold in here.
Because I'll make it up by going to see something Jason Statham is in. Like, I'm
Okay,
very
there
balanced.
you go. I approve. Now, he rode up on a horse.
Hell
would explode.
yeah. I would run and jump up. I would jump on the horse.
Jason
as well.
Statham is
Remakes High Noon.
the Horse Whisperer 2.
Seabiscuit. Seabiscuit starring. We're going to win this. Seabiscuit.
He's brilliant. And Paul Rudd.
He's
I know they're
brilliant to look
totally
at.
opposite, but I love them both.
Why aren't they in a movie?
I know, that would be the best movie ever.
Oh my God, the two of
And
them.
guess what? Paul Rudd's the awkward
and
one.
and then
love
Paul
the awkward
Reiser.
He'd write a book about it. Be great. But okay, so she
weird.
has I can't remember what it's like an English term for vagina. Starts with an M.
Minge.
Minge. She's tattooed on her foot.
Why? Why would you go? You know what? I constantly want to be reminded when, I'm
She
getting
thought it was
like a
funny.
pedicure that I've got a slang term for vagina on my face. See, but then again,
Minge.
vagina. I say vagina. No, when I'm referring to anything, whether or not it's
on your foot.
chest or below the belt related, I always refer to them as lady bits.
Lady bits.
Naughty bits are
Lady
nice
bits.
as
Lady
well.
bits or, my boobs are Noble and Barnes.
Oh.
Not Barnes and Noble. They're very
Noble
well read.
and Barnes. Mine are ladies, like my ladies in waiting.
Ladies.
So whenever I leave and I'm looking particularly fancy, I go,
Ladies.
ladies. And I walk out with my arms extended.
Give yourself a slow clap. Bravo.
Bravo.
This guy.
Well, on that note,
Ladies.
I love that there were two female voices saying that. So we have this wonderful visual of each of the breasts in Dolby.
Ladies.
And gentlemen. It's been a pleasure.
It has been
It's
a pleasure.
been very fun. Thanks, guys. I've had a
Thank
blast.
you.
I
We
hope
will
it
have
was
to have
epic
you.
like people said it would be. I wasn't sure.
We'll have to have you back. See,
I
my
would love to
idea
come
is
back.
I want to have like a Halloween special where we get like our favorite guests back, and we record them and we have them telling ghost stories. Because
Love
I'm
it.
crazy for ghost stories, right? And
We
we
were
could
telling
spend
ghost
like
stories
hours and
before
hours
we-
telling
before
ghost
the
stories,
show,
especially
yes.
Jamie. And so I want to do that.
We want to be ghost hunters.
We're going to do that.
I believe
And
Jason
then
would be on that too.
we want to do a special soon when we hit like either the 20 or the 25th marker and do like an after hours special
Yeah.
where there's drinking. Yes.
Why wasn't there any drinking today?
I don't know.
Because I gotta drive home.
Saturday.
I gotta drive home in a
But
minute.
it's Saturday.
But it's Saturday.
Doing
you
like
can
the
drive
kid thing.
home on
Want to
Saturday.
play catch? Can't. Gotta work. But it's Saturday. Aww. Wah, wah. Well,
All right,
lady,
I
I
gotta
love you.
pee, so
I love you.
That's right.
And we'll-
I love you guys too.
Yes.
Stay classy.
bye, fuckers.
Bye.
Bye.
You're not fuckers.